What do you want me to say, Forrester? Sorry. No idea this would happen when I punched you.
Yeah, well, I don't want your apology, Nick. I want you to stay the hell away from my family. Brooke and Bridget and my kids are the most important people to me. Do you understand that? What have you brought to them, huh? Tell me. Nothing but trouble. So as of now, you are out of their lives. Do you hear me? Out of their lives for good.
As the executrix of Helen's estate, what can you tell me exactly about Gabby's situation?
Gabriela hasn't said anything to you?
No, she's really having a hard time dealing with her mother's death.
Has she said anything about her financial problems?
Not really. But let me tell you that my husband and I have offered to pay for her college education, and she's refused us.
College is the least of her concerns right now.
Doesn't she have enough to get by on? I mean, my gosh, we paid Helen a wonderful salary, and we gave her yearly bonuses.
Well, apparently it wasn't enough. The price of a private education has gone up quite a bit, Mrs. Forrester. You add rent, insurance, living expenses. Helen was in debt. I mean, her life insurance barely covered it.
Oh, I had no idea.
Why don't you approach Gabby again? I think she'd welcome the help. I noticed her car in the driveway.
Yes, she's here. She's collecting some of her mother's things.
If you see the back of her car, it's full of boxes. I think she's living in her car.
What?
A little bad luck. Anyone could be homeless.
Well, I certainly know about that. Don't worry. That is not going to happen to Gabby, not as long as I have anything to say about it.
Great. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you so much.
Mrs. Forrester, I've packed all my mother's things, so I'm gonna head out.
No. No, you and I are going to talk.
I'm engaged. This is supposed to be one of the happiest times of my life, and Ridge went to have it out with my fiance?
Ridge believes Nick's punch caused his second concussion.
And what, he went to even out the score?
Ridge has a right to confront him.
No, he really doesn't, Dad. It was more of a reflex or even an accident.
No, it wasn't, Bridget. It wasn't an accident. It was intentional. Nick physically assaulted Ridge. Now, is that the kind of man you really want to be married to?
This is between the two of us, Forrester. This has nothing to do with your family.
I almost lost them because of you, Nick.
I think you were well on your way to that before I punched you.
Do you think I deserve that?
You want me to refresh your lost memory? You accused me of using Bridget to get closer to Brooke. You crossed the line, Forrester. That's when I came down on you. And if you accuse me of trying to break up your marriage now, I swear I'll do the same thing to you again.
Oh, so maybe I just had it backwards. Maybe you're just using Brooke's problems to get to Bridget. Is that how you seduced her, Nick? Mr. Nice Guy? Soft shoulder to cry on? Is that how you got Bridget into your bed, Nick, huh? Damn you. She's way too good for you.
Dad, Nick is not the villain here.
Well, he certainly showed a severe lack of judgment, punching Ridge, not to mention restraint.
I think I know what you're trying to do here, and you don't need to protect me from Nick.
He has been wonderful to her.
Yeah, you even said you saw the change in me ever since I started dating him.
Yes. I appreciate everything that he's done for you. I think you're rushing into this engagement.
I don't. When you know that it's right, you really don't want to wait.
I know. This relationship is new and exciting to you, and I pray to God it's different than any relationship you've had before. Honey, given your history, you have rushed into marriage before. I just don't want that to happen again.
I'm letting you know that I'm going to marry Nick. I've really thought through this, Dad.
Eric, we raised a very thoughtful, very intelligent young woman. She has made mistakes in the past. We all have, and we learn from them. So has she. I think we can trust her on this.
I don't owe you any explanation.
I don't even need one, Nick. It's obvious what's going on here. You picked an emotional moment in her life. You made sure her defenses were down, and then you took advantage of her.
Oh, God, you are sailing into the wind now, Forrester.
Really? So I'm wrong.
What happened between us was mutual.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
I'm committed to Bridget.
Well, you know what? Bridget made a few commitments of her own, Nick. Long time ago. She has no intention of sleeping with anyone but the man she intends to marry.
That's exactly right.
That's it, right there.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the first time I saw it in the magazines.
Oh, must have made an impression, huh?
Yeah, well, it's just the definition of glamour as far as I'm concerned. It's kind of got the same feel that I was going for in this one.
So you're ripping off my grandfather, that's what you're telling me?
No, it's called homage. It's a tribute.
Oh, a tribute. Sure.
Yeah, that's right.
That really hurt.
Ow! Ow! Don't hit a girl.
Am I interrupting something?
Yes, thank goodness.
Brought you a sandwich.
Oh, thanks. Oh, is it a sandwich or a bowling ball?
Well, you don't eat enough, you know?
What? I just get interested in what I'm doing and I forget.
Yeah. You're gonna waste away to nothing.
I wouldn't let that happen. She's too important to Forrester.
So, Thomas, how's your friend?
My friend?
Helen's daughter.
Oh, Gabby. Yeah, well, not so great.
Yeah, I saw the two of you talking after the memorial service.
Well, I could kind of relate, you know, losing your mom.
Right.
Mrs. Forrester, I don't mean to be
Gabby,
rude.
what are
but
your plans?
Finish school, get a job.
Oh, a summer job, and then you're going to start college?
I haven't made any definite plans yet.
Gabby, what's going on here? The attorney seems to think that you're living in your car.
Mrs. Forrester, I can take care of myself.
Really? You're only in high school.
I finish in June.
And then what? Gabby, move in here with us, and then Mr. Forrester and I will make sure you get to go to college.
No, thank you.
The guest house is empty. You'll be just like a member of this family. Gabby, I owe this to your mother.
It's a very generous offer, but I cannot accept it.
Where are you going to go?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
The other day I stopped by Gabby's apartment just to check on her, but she doesn't live there anymore.
She moved?
The landlord kicked her out.
Does he know where she went?
No.
Well, maybe, she moved in with some relatives.
She doesn't have any. At least not in this country.
Well, maybe a neighbor took her in, or a friend from school.
I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sorry.
No, Gabby, it's not important. It's fine.
My mother's all I have.
Honey, I know you've lost everything.
I have.
Helen was very important to us. You know, I absolutely adored her. And I know that no one will ever love you the way she did. But at least allow us to give you the opportunities that your mother wanted so desperately for you. You can't give up on college. She sacrificed so much, dreamed of that for you. I can't let you do that.
I really wish that you could be happier for me, Dad.
Bridget, I wish I could be happier for you, too. I wish the whole family could be a lot happier. We could all spend months and months celebrating and getting ready for some big, extravagant wedding for you.
Like, that's the kind of wedding that I would have with Nick.
That's the kind of wedding you should have if that's what you want, honey. You shouldn't have to settle.
We're in love, Dad.
I know. I get that. Look, I need to say this, okay? You're too young for him. He's going to monopolize your young life socially and emotionally. You haven't known each other long enough to get married. He was dating another of my daughters recently, and he came this close to marrying your own mother not too long ago. So I have my reservations. I've been your daddy for a long time. And I still am. But you're this woman now.
I love him, Daddy.
Your father's just concerned about you, Bridget.
I know what he's concerned about, Mom.
He has his reservations because Nick and I were involved.
Supposedly, that's over.
Yes, it is. I'm very committed to my life with Ridge and the kids. And it looks like Nick wants that kind of commitment with you.
No, you weren't so thrilled about me getting involved with someone that you were involved with either.
No, of course not. But Nick never would have proposed if he wasn't sure that you were the woman he wanted to spend the rest of his life with.
Is that a vote of confidence?
I can see that you're both very happy together. And it's all that a parent ever wants for their child.
Wait a minute. What are you saying here? You and Bridget are engaged?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, Bridget may have bought your act, Nick. Protective friend, the watchful guardian, but I don't. That's why you waited until I was out of the picture, isn't it? Because I'm not going to let you get away with it.
Get away with what?
You going to try and take care of Bridget the way you took care of Brooke?
I'm gonna take care of Bridget like a husband.
The way you did last night?
We're done here, Forrester.
No, we're not. We're just getting started, Nick.
Why you're here has nothing to do with Bridget and me.
Your relationship obviously changed while I was gone.
What the hell is going on with you, Forrester? What are you so mad about?
You, Nick! You're not the man that Bridget thinks you are.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Porto Vista. Talking about the Foundry. I'm talking about what you did to Brooke.
I was thinking of going down to Gabby's neighborhood and asking around.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, somebody will know what happened to her.
Yeah, but she might hear I was asking about her.
Is that a bad thing?
She might think that's kind of creepy.
No, Thomas, trust me. I know what can happen to people when they feel they've got nobody to turn to. Just knowing that somebody cares can make the hard times a lot easier.
As far as staying here, you can always change your mind later. You can find another place. But just know that you can stay here as long as you need to.
Okay, but only on one condition.
And what is that?
I won't accept charity, Mrs. Forrester. That's not how my mother raised me. If she was willing to work hard for my future, I should be willing to work hard for it too.
I agree. You know, there's something that might work out. I've been interviewing people to be a personal assistant.
An assistant?
Yes, to help me with, correspondence, scheduling, traveling, setting up parties, things like that. And then, of course, projects down at the office.
I'd be working at Forrester Creations?
Yes. I mean, there wouldn't be a lot of downtime because we're very busy.
I don't want any downtime to think.
As far as the hours that you work, come this fall when you register for college, we'll work that out. You will register for college.
Yes.
Good. Now, let's get your things out of your car, and we'll move you into the guest house.
Mrs. Forrester, could I stay in my mom's room? Please?
For a while. And then the guest house.
Thank you. Thanks.
So you're really happy for me?
My little girl's getting married. Of course I'm happy.
You have no idea what that means to me.
I'm afraid Ridge isn't going to be as enthusiastic.
I know. I really wish that Nick hadn't punched him, but it really does sound like Ridge provoked him.
I hope that's not the argument Nick uses to defend himself.
I don't know why Nick needs to defend himself. Ridge is home and Morgan's gone. Everything's fine, right?
Yes, I know. I told Ridge that, but he wouldn't listen. The moment that he remembered what Nick did...
Wait. Do you think he might have just remembered?
What do you mean?
When someone is regaining their memory after a concussion or any other serious trauma, the memories come back fresh, like they just happened. Not just the punch, Mom. Anything significant from his past.
Porta Vista? The Foundry? Forrester, that was years ago.
I know what happened, Nick. Brooke told me all about it. I remember. I know what you did.
Well, that's a memory you should forget.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Come on, Forrester, we've been over this. We've put it behind us. Come on.
This is what you do, Nick. It's who you are.
All right, listen, you've been through quite an ordeal the last... You're recovering. Let's just not go backwards.
I'd love not to go back there. I'd love to be able to save Brooke from you. I really would, but you know what? I can't. Thank God it's not too late to save Bridget.
What are you saving her from? Me?
I should have known exactly what was going on when I saw the two of you down on the beach there at Jackie M's party.
Forrester, it's called friendship. I was comforting her.
Oh, really? Like you comforted Brooke when she thought I was dead, huh? You got her at her most vulnerable moment in her life, Nick, and you took advantage of her.
I don't know who we're talking about now. Brooke, Bridget, I'm a little lost here. Be quite honest, it doesn't even matter. Because I didn't do anything to either of these women.
We were starting our honeymoon. It was the beginning of our life together, Nick. Brooke was in mourning for the love of her life. She was in mourning for me. You did the most despicable thing a man could ever do. You raped my wife, Nick.